If y'all would like to see more shows, more episodes per week, let us know. Y'all want to hear more audio. Like, comment, subscribe on all platforms, man.
You down. When I fall off, it be a while I'm putting you down. When I fall off, it be a while I'm putting you down. Put you down. Put you down. Put you down.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of PYD, the only podcast with a white man. It's the big fella. Big. Y'all already know who I'm in here with my brother, my bro, my guys.
The one and only. Only one go.
LJ. Jess Leland. We got a special guest in the building tonight. We got a good special guest in the building tonight. Mr. King.
Talk about it.
Yes, sir.
Mr.
How you
Leo
doing?
King.
Man, I'm good. I appreciate you guys having me.
Thank you for coming. Mind, body, spirit, how you feeling?
Oh, okay. I'm good. I thought somebody's name was that. That's how you refer to somebody. Okay.
No, mind, body, spirit. I got to do a health check.
Okay. Oh, yeah. It's all good, man.
Okay. That's all that
I'm
matters.
firing on all cylinders.
Hey, I like to hear the sound of that.
Sir. So talk to him, Mr. King. For everybody who's tuning in to the episode, this is my barber instructor from Atlanta Technical College. You know what I'm saying? Also a real estate guru. We're going to go and put it out there like that, man.
Sure.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Just a great father, just an overall solid individual, man. So I just wanted to bring him on the show, drop some gems, put y'all down on some things, and maybe y'all can build on something, you know?
Absolutely. Again, man, I appreciate you guys having me. So I wanted to come in and talk about personal development for young black men. You know, as Proctor said, you know, he was a student in my class, and I see a lot of gifts in him, you know, and I know he was big on personal development because I saw him reading, you know, and that's one part, personal development. That's where it starts, you know. It's all about reading first, and then you got to take the action. And I seen him, you know, making steps and taking action. And I was like, yo, I want to come on the podcast. He told me he had a podcast. I was like, hey, man, you got to let me come on the podcast, you know, and speak some game. So just about, you know, personal development for young black men, man. And, you know, I like to see black men have vision, man. That's the first step, you know. You got to know where you want to go. You got to see it. You got to imagine it. And, you know, you got to take the steps and the necessary, you know, moves to make it happen for yourself. Definitely. What you guys think about that?
Man, I'm all for it.
For sure.
I'm all for that, but it's like it's a battle nowadays trying to encourage the youth to be more positive and on a more straightforward path nowadays. It be kind of hard, but you know, you can't give up on them, especially when it's your own,
right?
Your little brothers, sons, whatever the case may be. You just can't give up on them, man. You just got to keep pouring into them.
Yeah, and you got to put them in good situations if you can too.
Yeah.
You know, and let them hear some good music, some old school music. You know, you got to show them something different.
Did that
because I think, you know, music is great. You know, I love it, but you know, when I came up, I'm a little bit older than you guys. You know, when I came up, hip hop was a little different.
What type hip hop was out when you was coming up?
Oh man, we had Dougie Fresh, you know.
Okay.
We had Run DMC. We had Houdini, you know. So
Wu-Tang.
They was way after that.
Oh,
I'm going further back.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
When I first, LL Cool J,
Slick Rick.
yeah, you know, Dougie Fresh. So, you know, the music was a lot different. It was still, you know, violence and you know, all those things going on, but you know, the hip hop was about furthering the, you know, the black youth.
For sure.
You know, it's about having a good time. So, you know, and it was about having a vision. You know, they talked about it was about a vision, a story, and you can imagine it. You know, now I don't know what you can imagine with what they're playing. Is it
murder?
Not too
Bruce.
much of nothing. Nothing positive. Let me say that. Nothing
for
positive.
sure.
So, you know, I think we got to start there. You know, to give them a vision of what they want.
So you think it started with the music?
It started with the music, and environment. Absolutely, hands down.
Yeah.
Now speaking on the environment. What you say something, Lee?
No, I was just finna speak on music. Music is like a soulful thing. Like it's gonna touch your soul in a different way.
Spiritual.
For sure.
It is a big influence in everything.
Most definitely.
So
Oh yeah, it guides you. It's subconscious, you know.
definitely.
Exactly.
Yeah. And if you constantly listen to music that's not positive, then guess what you're gonna do?
You're gonna develop that mindset.
Absolutely.
Negative mindset.
Absolutely.
But you're speaking on environment. Let everybody know like where you come from. What all started for you?
Well, I'm from Southwest ATL. Been here for
here,
everybody
okay.
out there.
Okay.
Real
Been
Atlanta.
real.
He
All
said,
day.
been here, been real.
All
Okay,
day.
PYD, man.
You know, 1975, Grady baby.
Okay.
So I came up, on the black side of town. My parent had great parents. I grew up in the neighborhood where everybody knew each other. All the parents, all the kids played in the street. We rode bikes together. We played football. We played throw up tackle on. If y'all old
Throw 'em
enough
up,
to know.
bust 'em up.
Yeah. Y'all
Go
called it
on
something different. And so that environment played a big role in my movement. And then of course I went to a black school, and when you go to a black high school, it's all about being fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What school you go to?
Oh man, I went to Cottonelle Colony.
Okay. Okay.
My elementary school, I went to Bunch Middle School.
Bunch.
Yeah, for all the Bunch Middle School folks. Cottonelle Colony, I'm going way back, way back.
Sure. I don't even know what that is.
Right. But so those environments, they were a little challenging, growing up on the black side of town. But I knew I wanted to do something with my life, man, and I love style. And back then, barbers, they had high right, low left.
Yeah.
It was you were fly. You was in the shop every week. And the like I said, the entertainers back then, they were very stylish, and they were speaking positivity, and most of them. And so that played a big role in my environment, and I was around some good people. I had good friends. I'm still friends with them now. We 40, so 40 plus years, So it's real big on relationships too. I was gonna come back to that, in your environment, and so that played a big role. And it was just healthy, man. Everybody was encouraging. There were challenges that you had to push through, but for the most part, it was encouragement and just healthy situation.
For sure.
Yep.
Are you missing the village inside the environment today?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
For sure.
Because of the way the world is now, unfortunately, we don't have to come together like this.
Mm-hmm.
We doing it on our phone. We connecting on the phone. What you call it on the iPhone where you can
FaceTime.
FaceTime, yeah.
FaceTime, Zoom.
Right.
So that whole social aspect has somewhat disappeared.
Mm-hmm. Like getting to know your neighbor. I don't feel like that's a thing no more. I feel
it's
like,
not.
feel me? I feel like people scared to get to know their neighbors now. Like,
They are.
But what took us away from that close knit relationship? Because like me too, I came up in apartments. Like everybody that came up in those apartments with me, if I see them to the day, it's like we family. Like, what's up, cousin? Like that's my cousin. Right. Feel me? So I feel like it's not like that anymore.
Well, what took us away, you guys, again, a little bit younger than me, is technology. It's a blessing and a curse.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So what I mean by that is, technology kept kids in the house. Before you had technology, you had to go outside,
Be sociable.
Right, you had to be sociable.
Definitely.
I had to be social.
And so, that being removed or that technology being added was great because it gave us a chance to, become a better society, but it started taking us away from connecting with people, and it changed the environment.
Yeah. Sure.
Quality change.
For sure.
Society changed, man.
Yeah.
You can't even walk in the grocery store and really speak to nobody no more without looking.
Right.
They looking at you crazy, like, bro, what you talking to me for?
Right.
Crazy, man.
Or they on their phone.
So
all that plays, they walking in the store.
And that's
texting.
dangerous. That's dangerous.
Right. So all that plays into the environment is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not close knit. We got to get back to that. I don't know the solution.
Yeah.
But I know that has to be a part of what I think will give the youth the vision that they want.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Because you'll be able to connect with somebody who you can talk to. They'd be like, yeah, resource. I know somebody that can boom, 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 and they help you bring it to fruition. Mm-hmm. They believe it.
Network.
Yeah.
Now, you spoke on a long-term relationship with your buddies growing up, 40-plus years, friendship.
Yeah.
How important is friendship in society nowadays?
Man, friendship is the foundation. You don't have friendships or relationships, you don't have nothing.
But do you think people still value friendships the way they did back in the day?
That's a good question. It's hard for me to answer that. I'm going to say no.
No, okay.
I'm going to say no. And I'm going to tell you why, Because, there's less interaction like we doing right now. And so it's hard to value it if I don't see you. Mm-hmm. If I don't see you and I can't touch you, you know what I'm saying? I can't connect with you. I can't look in your eye and talk to you. It's hard for me to really value that.
For sure.
Right. Or connect.
With that. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
If the conversation is only on the phone, you ain't gonna be able to bond with them the whole time.
You ain't gonna be able to do it.
Yeah. We've been buddies since like high school too, like middle school, high school. Well, really middle school. They met in like 6th, 7th grade.
Okay.
I met them in like 8th grade. So
okay.
I feel like as us being close knit, I feel like we value it as they did back in the days because we saw because we came from a bigger hub.
Okay.
With like 15 to 20 plus cats. You feel me?
Okay.
Now it's really only like maybe like 4 or 5 of us right now. So I feel like the ones that's still around, we understood the severity of really having a real friend. You feel me? Somebody you can call your best friend or your good friend. I don't feel like people, because the word friend is used loosely these days anyway. So it's like, I just met this individual yesterday. We had a good conversation. Now that's my friend. Like, no. Nah. That ain't how that works.
That ain't how it works. Yeah. So, that right there that's the foundation of those long-term friendships like you were just saying. And, with technology, you really don't have that because you're not connecting with people. I was having a conversation with my son, a 28-year-old son. Okay. And when I used to cut hair back in the day, I would cut his hair. And so he came up when, you actually had to call your barber. Mm-hmm. And you had to have a conversation, with your barber. You had to schedule an appointment, right? And so he was used to that. And he said, what's different now is you got barber apps. Here we go with technology, right? That made it easier. Mm-hmm. But he said what he noticed was there was less connection with your barber.
Definitely.
He was like, that's crazy. And he 28, and he realized that difference, that gap. So that right there, just adds to what we're saying. It's technology's great, but it pushes the connection and the healthy relationships, which creates the environment.
Thank y'all for checking out dopest, rawest, coolest podcast in the land. Only podcast with a Y. PuttinYaDown. Episodes dropping every Thursday. No time. Just check in every Thursday. Go like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, turn on all post notifications. PuttinYaDown.
How do we get back to more people getting into books and away from technology? Because like you said before, the start of personal development is to read. So,
man, you know what's gonna have to happen? Boy, technology gonna have to shut down. That's it. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen.
They got technology to read you the book.
Right.
No, that's true too.
Yeah. That's gonna be tough because now, again, you got a lot of this. Back in the day, you had to be disciplined, right? Now you got to be extra disciplined because you got a computer in your hand, you got a computer at your crib, computers everywhere, and you really cannot move without it. So
and that's the scary part about it.
Right. So I don't know yeah.
What book you got open right now?
Man, it's called The Psychology of Money.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good, man.
So give us a breakdown on it real quick so far.
Well, you know what? I just got that one. I just opened that one. You know, but I'm reading. What's the name of it now? I'm almost done with it. I can't recall the name of it right now. It's on the top of my mind, but I do not remember the name of it. Give me a minute, it'll come to me. But I'm gonna tell you what it's about. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what it's about.
Sure.
It's about actually emotional healing.
Okay.
You
That's
know,
a good topic.
Yeah, and it talks about how human beings or it talks about how people are wounded emotionally and how you have to do things different and communicate different to heal yourself and heal the relationships that you in.
Sure.
And it talks about how the wounds show up in the relationship with two individuals, and what you have to do to be better. It's very interesting.
Definitely.
It's very interesting.
As if.
Yeah.
So I need to.
It's a good read.
It's a
good read.
Them emotions is
serious, man.
It's too serious. They have you doing stuff you ain't even never thought you would ever do.
Right.
Real.
Right. And that's the reason why a lot of people do things they never thought they would do, and
sure.
a lot of young guys and women or older guys are incarcerated.
Mm-hmm. They moved off emotions.
Sure. Yeah.
For sure.
And it could be a real problem. But I think the positive side about emotions is that there's always a good side to, or a positive side to the bad, right? It's two sides to the coin. Mm-hmm. The positive side is you get to laugh, you get to have fun.
Feel happy.
You spend your time doing things that you like.
For sure.
So those are emotions too. Mm-hmm. I think it's best just to spend more time in them than the other one.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But because me as a 30-year-old man, my pops passed away. I was 20, going on 21, something like that.
Okay.
Something in that area. I'm just now really getting over those anger emotions. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Almost 10 years almost. Mm-hmm. So it's like, where do you go? How do you become a more disciplined emotional carrier? You feel me? Like, you know how to direct that anger. You might want to go run or something. You angry. Don't take it out on your significant other or on your kids. You figure out where else to display that anger. Mm-hmm. So how do you control that?
Well, one thing you can do is this is a philosophy I speak to the students about, and it has to be conscious in your mind, is that you can either be constructive or destructive. You got to figure out which one you want to do.
Sure.
Yeah, and so as I share with them, and I live by this philosophy too, is that I do my best to be as constructive as I possibly can.
Right.
Now I'm human. So sometimes, I'm going to slip a little bit. Definitely. But for the most part, be constructive. And what that looks like, right? Being constructive, right? Because you got to visualize what does that look like. Looks like for me, I like to work out. I like to read. I like to watch funny movies. Mm-hmm. I like to take trips solo. Okay. I like to spend time with my kids. My parents, my sibling, my sister. I got a great sister. Big shout out to Lisa King.
Shout out to sis.
Yeah. So I like to do things like that, man, and just keep my positive emotions high, because you have to do more to stay positive, because negativity is what it is. Ooh. So when there's anger, you have to go do something that's going to help you displace the anger, but also build you, not destroy you. Mm. So you got to think what you can build with anger, because really, at the end of the day, when we playing sports and things like that, that's what we doing.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
You displacing all that adrenaline and anger and everything, you know. And so, but it's entertaining.
Fun.
It's
For sure,
fun,
for sure.
You know. So you just got to find constructive ways to, you know, displace it. And there's plenty of things to do, but plenty. But you know, a lot of times what usually happens is, you know, based on the environment, society, you know, shows you. They don't show you a young man that's angry, going to work out or reading a book trying to get better. What they show you? He in the club with some chicks.
Right. Yeah.
That's what they show you.
Yeah.
So, you know, what do most of us do? Be in the club, chick, drink, you know, all of that craziness. You know, and so, but yeah, that's how you, in my, you know, opinion and thought process, how you know, displace angry emotions, you know, with something 10 times positive.
That's solid for sure.
Yeah.
So you only got one kid?
Man, I got two. I got a 28-year-old son, man, and a 14-year-old daughter.
So where was your mindset when you had your first son?
What the fuck am I doing? What the hell did I just do? Why the fuck did I just do that? Because I was 18, man. You know, I wasn't ready for no kids. Big shout out to my parents, my mom and dad. You know, love you guys. If it wasn't for them, you know, I wouldn't be right here, you know, because, you know, I was a young father, you know, and had him real young. And so, yeah, man, my mind was, well, I know where it was. That's how he got here, too.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? That was another thing. That's where it was, too.
For sure.
You know, but he grew up, you know, nice young man, you know, cool dude. So we got a great relationship, you know. And we have our ups and downs, though. You know, we have our ups and downs because, you know, I'm dad, so it is what it is. I'm going to guide you the right way, whether you like it or not.
Gotta appreciate it.
And if you acting up, sometimes I have to take a step back and let you think about it. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you know, my whole goal is to, as your father, my responsibility is to guide you in the best way I possibly can. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I was 18, man. And when I had my daughter, I was 34, married.
Wow.
Dang.
That's what I said, too.
That's a hell of a jump.
Boy, hey, I learned.
Yeah.
Better keep a learning mindset.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
So
yeah.
did that change? Was that a different? I know it was a different age gap, but were your emotions different? Like, were you more so ready, prepared? They say you can't never be prepared for a child, but
well, you know what? My emotions were different because I was older. You know, I was more mature. Still got a lot maturing to do. But when I found out I was having a daughter, yeah, my emotion, I was scared. Like, oh, Lord, how do I do that? You know what I'm saying? How does that work? You know, and I know I got some vultures out here, so I was like, oh, no. But I was sad and happy at the same time, you know. And a little, what do I want to say? Like, I didn't know what I was gonna do. Like, you know, I'm having a daughter. What does that look like? You know.
yeah.
So that's how it was, man. But she's a great young lady. You know, going to high school next year, boy, 9th grade. Yeah,
Ain't ready for that.
No sir.
Yeah,
sir.
But she's an awesome young lady, man. So I enjoy spending time with her. You know, she's a trumpet player.
Okay.
You know, she's a reader, loves to, you know, she's going to do her work. She big in her work. She make honor roll, all of that, you know. So, yeah, that's what my emotions was
So.
at that time.
So how did having a daughter change your mindset towards women?
Boy.
Ooh, that's a good question.
We'll be here all night, son.
Cause he ain't got no daughter, so we be trying to explain to him how your mindset gonna change after you have a daughter. You know what I mean?
So this is what it did to me. It changed in a perspective where, you know, I wanted to understand a little bit more, or a lot more than just chalk it up to you crazy.
For sure.
Be honest, you know what I mean? It helped me understand that, like, how all of that, how young women develop.
Yeah.
You know, it's just different. They grow up, and their world is different. They got bras and panties. You know, that's different.
Totally different.
That's just different. You know, they have menstrual cycles. You know, they emotions up and down. You know, they have, you know, they deal with all these ads talking about beauty and this and what you got to look like and how this got to be, and I mean, just
Everything.
a whole lot.
There's a lot
you
pulling
know,
them in different directions.
So it just really made me more understanding. Well, do my best to be more understanding. But you know, some ladies I date say that I'm way more understanding with my daughter than
sure.
I am with them. I say, well, yeah, you're right. 'Cause she
I put
mine.
up with no grown woman. I put up with mine. I ain't nah.
Hey, you know.
None of that tomfoolery.
So it made me more patient, man. Made me just have a more patient mindset, you know, and do my best to understand. And just, you know, I look at my daughter and I look at my mom. I'm like, damn, God, you a girl too? Wow,
sure.
you know, it's just like you started off like this at one time. You know, it's just it's been amazing though. I wouldn't change it, man.
What about the attitudes and the mood swings and all this stuff? Like, how do you deal with that?
You know what? I just realized, man. I'm gonna name this book, and I'm still trying to think of the book I'm actually reading, but it's called The Four Agreements.
4 agreements.
Yeah. So basically, you know, I just realized that it has nothing to do with me. You know, it's just that's just a part of the process. A part of the process and their nature.
So you just kind of like fall back and be like, you got to figure it out on your own type situation, or let life be the teacher?
No. So if there's an attitude, you know, if my daughter has an attitude, I just kind of be like, okay, baby, you know, it's all good, and I just go, you know, do what I do. If she is being, you know, what I want to say, she is. You know, there's something that I need to talk to her about that needs to be different. Let me say that, you know, from school. I rarely have to. That's why I'm sitting thinking about it. But, you know, you just, you know, I just do my best to listen. That's the thing. Ask her what's going on, ask her some questions, listen to her, and do my best to be as empathetic with what she got going on and understand, you know, I can give you the vision and guide you, you know, but maybe at this moment you're not willing to see it. You ain't ready for it because you just pissed off at whatever you pissed off at, or you may be pissed off at me.
Right.
But I know, you know, in a couple of hours, a day, you know, we'll be back. We'll bounce back and we'll be good to go.
That's a good take.
You know,
that.
I mean, shit, you gotta be like that with grown women too. I don't care what y'all women say, you do.
Put it down.
I'm trying to tell you, you do. You gotta act like your daddy. You know what I mean?
For sure.
But yeah, so that's what it is, man. That's what it is.
Any baby mama drama?
Nah. Well, you know what? No drama. No drama. You know, just sometimes a lot of times, most of the time, damn near all the time, you know, we see things different.
Yeah.
For sure.
We see things different, you know. But her mom I was married to her mom, so you know, and we not married, so you know that's a whole nother conversation. But drama, nah. Yeah. You know, because I mean, at the end of the day, you got the pyramid. You got to put your kid at the top.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we just working for to guide them, and hopefully, you know, put them in a position where they can be the best they can be. Right. Once they stand on their own, I ain't got to talk to you no more.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You're on your own.
You're on your own now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Make your bed, you lay in it.
Right.
Sure, for sure.
Yep.
All right, man. So let's get back to the topic then.
Okay.
First of all, what did I miss when I stepped out? What was y'all talking about?
We were just still talking about vision and emotion.
Okay.
Vision, emotions, environment.
Okay. All right. So with the male self-development part, or the male self-development topic, like, what exactly was your focal point with that?
Well, it was just a few, key points that I wanted to talk about and how important it was. And one was you got, vision and what that looks like. Two was you got to have coaches and mentors. 3, you got to take care of your health.
Sure.
4, you got to develop spiritually too. You got to have something that you ground yourself with.
Definitely.
And the 5th one was, you got to, make sure you're putting your mental energy in the right places.
Yeah. And that's the most important for real.
Yeah. So, because that's just key, and I don't believe that a lot of young men do that. Mm-hmm. That's why we had the situations we have now. And so I just wanted to talk about how serious that was for young men to, really take that serious, man, and take a step back and, set you up a plan and how you want to shape your life, because if we the leaders, right, we the creators, men are the creators, we bring everything to us.
Right. Sure. Yeah. You
see what I'm saying? So if you want it as healthy, and you start the environment, right? If you want your environment as healthy and as possible, then you got to start implementing those philosophies and principles in your own mind.
Yeah. So with in a world full of distractions, how do you put your mind in the right place?
You have to, again, it goes back to, the word that's ancient, it's some ancient words that I'm going to use. One is wisdom and one is discipline.
Say that.
And so how you put your mind at ease, you got to turn off TV, you got to sit still, you got to get somewhere and be by yourself, and you got to be constructive with what you want to do, sure. With your mental energy is what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. And so, like if you got to lock yourself in a room, maybe you got to have a room in your crib that you got to go to. Maybe you got to take a ride, sit in the parking lot in your car. I don't know what you got to do, but you got to get away from anything that's going to take your mental energy and not help you grow.
Sure.
What's up, Downers? This one just leading, better known as one just LJ, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to PYD. PuttinYaDown. Wednesday. We shoot every Wednesday. Every Thursday, look out, ain't no time. 8 o'clock, could be 7 o'clock, could be 6. Might hit you with an early day, you never know. We're gonna put you down, though. PYD, the only podcast we watch.
So basically what he's saying, man, just be lame. Kind of sort of be lame. Like be lame for 6 months.
Meditate.
And be lame to a certain extent. I ain't saying like be lame, like you don't interact or you antisocial, but be above the influence. Find you something to focus on, or find you something that's gonna help your mental development. You gotta get away from friends sometimes. You gotta get away from what's cool. That's what I mean by being lame. Like you do your own thing, so to say.
Yeah. You gotta set yourself apart, man. What's gonna make you different? We all a business, right? Mm-hmm. Like I share with Proctor in class, every student in class is a business. So it's something unique about that individual that makes them different, that they can give a gift to the world and, grow their financial resources and their environment, in a social circle, but you got to take time to realize what that is, and you got to be by yourself sometimes, But that don't mean you can't hang out. Most of the time, though, at the end of the day, when you think about it, if you're hanging out too much, you ain't getting shit done.
You ain't getting nothing done. And then on top of it, you gonna spend unnecessary money. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I was just having that conversation the other day.
Yeah. What was it about? Who you was talking to, man?
Man, I was talking to I was actually talking to my daughter mom. We was talking about going out and having fun and all this and that, and it's like. You go out, you might have fun, but at the end of the day, all you're going to think about is all the money you spent on nonsense. Mm-hmm. You feel me? The time you wasted on nonsense. It's just like, what's the point?
Mm-hmm. I mean, you got to be creative in how you have fun, too.
That's facts.
You know what I mean? You got to be creative. You know what I mean?
That's what I was telling her. Like, she was kind of like, why people go out every weekend? I'm like, some people go out to network and run into different people and build on stuff, and it's all about what you're going out for.
Yeah, yeah. You know, and what's funny was, and I'm this is a little off topic, but it's interesting how women are always asking why. Yeah. They already have something in their mind of what it is, and they trying to confirm it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Why people go out? Well, some people work. Their job is to be out. You know what I mean? And network. You know, if you in the barbering industry, real estate industry, you got to go out. Because people need to see you out to connect with you.
For sure.
You know, you can't just be home. They can't see you. Don't want to put a post on your social media. You just home just reading all the time. Right. Be like, man, he ain't got nothing going on. He ain't gonna have shit to talk about when I come to the shop.
For real.
Or when we kicking it.
For
You know, he gonna have nothing. Barber kind of need a little drama in their life.
Yeah.
Son.
To a certain extent,
You said barber need a little
Yeah.
Right
You
about
can't
that.
be too straight laced.
No, that's facts.
You
That's
can't
facts.
be.
That's
You know.
facts.
Real.
Yeah. You gotta have a little fun.
Yeah.
But, you gotta manage it though. You gotta manage it all the time. All the time.
How did you get into barbering?
Man, I've always liked style, and I had a barber that used to cut my hair, man, and a real cool guy. And I just liked the environment, and I wanted to be an entrepreneur. And again, style was my thing. I like to talk. I like social environments. And I was like, man, I want to make money doing something where I can do all of those things.
Yeah.
And barbering was what, I said, in my mind, I could do all those things and do this too and make money. So that's what got me into it. Yep.
Yeah, that.
And you build a whole lot of relationships.
Man, what?
And I'm still, man, I still got clients I've been cutting 20 plus years, man. Still got a relationship with them. So, yeah, that's what got me into it, man.
Is the teaching or the act easier? Which one is easier?
You know what? That's a good question.
One of them easy.
Yeah, they both have their own challenges. I'm going to say the teaching part is more challenging, and here's why, right? Well, here's what makes it challenging. Because it's more mental. Now you're dealing with a bunch of different personalities, a bunch of different, maturity levels, and everything else that's going on outside in the world in their life that you have no idea about. And they come bringing all that in, and, all you want to do is see them succeed, but they see you as forcing them to do something.
For sure.
So teaching is definitely more challenging. You know what I mean?
And to add on to that, it's some things with barbering that you really can't teach.
Yeah.
You got to learn with practice and experience. So it's tough.
I mean, the part that the educational part about barbering is just basically the fundamentals of cleanliness, and learning about your tools, and learning a little bit about what the business really entails, and that's really what it's like, the concepts and the fundamentals of that. Other than that, you got to get experience and learn. You really can't. You can't teach the doing part of it. You can just teach the mental concept of it. Which is just about the same in most professions.
So, definitely. All right, Mr. King. We got this segment that we do on the show called Put Up or Put Down, right?
Okay.
So what we do is we throw a scenario out there, maybe two scenarios, and if you like the scenario or you put up with it, then you say you put up with it.
Okay.
If you don't like the scenario, you don't put up with it, you don't condone it, then you put down.
Okay.
But if you put down on the scenario, you got to put us down on why you put down on it.
Gotcha.
All right, cool. All right, so put up or put down. The first one, since he brought it up already, being the instructor or being the barber?
It's on me?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's only on
Yeah, it's only on you right now.
Okay. Everybody asking me that. I thought, okay.
Well, me personally.
Okay.
Which one you like the most?
Being an instructor.
Instructor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I can give a reason or expound on why I like it or why I
Go
don't
ahead,
like
go
it.
ahead,
I
go
like to expound anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Put it down.
Go ahead. Put us down.
Well, the reason I like being an instructor is because I get to, connect with young guys like you, and build relationships. I wouldn't have knew you guys if it weren't for Proctor.
Yeah.
Proctor in my class, and we connected. And so, I like to share my knowledge, share some wisdom, share game, and just see young men thrive, man, and have a trajectory and a vision and go with it. So, that is the core of why I became an instructor.
Okay. I'm going to do you one better.
Okay.
Put up or put down?
Talk to me.
Real estate or barber?
Oh, real estate hands down. Let me tell you why. I can tell you why on that too.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna flip it.
Yeah. Real estate hands down, man. I like what I realized, early on in my barbering career, a little bit in the middle, is that I like to move around. Barbering is a little bit more stationary.
Mm-hmm.
It gave me a lot of what I liked, connections, real estate, finances, but I like to move around. So,
Sure.
I had to add that into my means of earning money.
Okay.
So I get to move, and I still get to connect. I look fly, I get to look fly, I like to look fly.
So
and
he
all
put
that.
it on. Huh?
Yeah,
Put it on,
I
yeah.
like all that. So
Sure.
real estate gives me that.
Yeah.
I can dig that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Put up or put down? The joy of putting somebody in the home, or the joy of putting somebody back in the game with a fresh cut? Which one?
Damn, you got to go in the house with the fresh cut. I need you to do both. Oh, man. I'm going to say putting somebody in the home, and here's the reason I say that is because, first of all, it's a long-term investment for you. You'll be able to gain at least, 3% increase in value without paying anything on the home. That's just because of the economy. So basically, you're able to be financially, make a good investment and gain financially with it. And, you get to create some memories, if you have a family, or if you don't, if you're just a bachelor and you have parties, there's some memories in your investment.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what that is. Haircut, that's cool too. I enjoy that too. Or enjoy that. It just, they got to come back too soon. When I get
So, with them houses, they just throwing the cash. You see that cash too soon.
yeah.
The houses.
Okay.
Yeah. So, that's what that is, man.
Got one, Lee?
Oh, you know where I'm going with it then. Shoot, put up, put down, BBWs. I'm going to ask that every time.
I already know what he going to say. I already know what he going to say.
BBW. What's that? Oh, that's the question.
Yes, big, beautiful women.
You put up with him or you put down on him?
Okay. Hey, man. Woman, it is what it is, bro. You can't live on this. You can't be in this world without him. So,
Which one would you prefer though? Like for your lady,
whether she's a what?
BBW or
Is she a chunky
she's
monkey
fit?
or she a petite
Do you
freak?
prefer a BBW or do you prefer a fit one?
Oh, okay. All right. I'm picking up on the terminology. I like them fit.
I knew he was gonna say
I like a fit. I want a fit. That's just what I like. But to all my sisters that are not, because fits it's in the eye of the beholder. I love you too. You know what I mean?
Shout out to the BBW.
Yeah.
No, I was having a conversation with a cat. He said if he can't pick her up, she too big for him. Hey, I said, I can't do nothing but respect that.
Well,
I can't do nothing but respect that, man. Hey.
Yeah. It is what it is. I want to be able to pick up too. And I go to the gym on the regular, so if I can't pick you,
Yo.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So
All right, put up, put down.
talk to me.
Fast food.
Oh, I put that down.
Put it down. Why you put down on it?
Man, it's empty calories. It's not going. And Proctor, you already know. That's why you asked me that. I'm big on the health thing,
Yeah, I
man.
already know.
Because you want to live a long, prosperous life. You know what I'm saying? And as you get older, boy, you still want to
Yeah.
That
For
would
sure.
be right. You eat
sure.
too much.
PYD.
Pull you down.
You eat that fast food, boy. It's gonna be some problems.
Brother got a turtle.
Early.
Yeah, it's gonna be some problems. I don't think
Sure,
brothers
some
want them
problems.
problems. I don't think they gonna look for them. You know what I mean?
Hey.
But so yeah, man.
So you don't never slip up and just pull through a Chick-fil-A or nothing right quick.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, now. Hold on. Let me be real clear. You know, I'm health fanatic and I love it. You know, but I also believe in there's a level of balance you gotta have.
sure.
You see what I'm saying? I'm 80% healthy, 20% Chick-fil-A chicken wing. I love chicken wings, fries.
Kicking it.
You know, I eat a little Chick-fil-A here, boy. Sometimes I may pull through a McDonald's and get me some nuggets and fries. You know, every now and again. You know, so you know, like I say, 20%. You know, unhealthy, 80% healthy.
Yeah, that.
You know what I mean? So that's why I keep my sanity. That way you don't have them anger issues and shit.
And y'all notice he said 80-20 on the balance. He didn't say 50-50 on the balance. He said 80-20 on the balance.
80-20.
Yeah, do it in portions, man.
Discipline. That's what
Right.
it sounds like to
Yeah,
me.
moderation.
Yeah, man. And, you know, 80-20 is on the low end. You know, usually you gonna stay by 90-10. You know, 95-5. It depends on the week. Some weeks, you know, you busier than others. You didn't get a chance to make what you need to make, or your girl didn't get a chance, you know, or y'all just like, you know what, the hell with it.
Yeah.
Pull up. You family, just pull up.
And it's
Yeah,
all
man.
good.
That food thing hard for me, man. It's hard.
Yeah. What
gonna
makes
lie.
it hard, man? Talk to me.
Man, can't bring what I need to bring to work. Then when I get to work, I ain't got no food, so I'm eating whatever. You know what I'm
It
saying?
always be like that.
So this is what I like to say, and
crazy.
this goes back into the personal development. I'm throw it in there. It's man, you got to do my whole philosophy too. I live by like a philosophy, and it's keep your life simple as much as you possibly can. Right, keep your life simple. So simple mean boy, chicken salad and tuna salad.
Go a long way.
Just make a big bowl of it.
Sure.
And snack on it when and get you a little bit of fruit. And sometimes that
Oh yeah, I go crazy on the fruit and salad.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah. And sometimes, if you don't eat that though, because everybody don't eat that, you just gotta find you something that you can snack on. You might like some. Everybody eat chicken breast. Cut you some cook you a couple of breasts. Get you some black beans. Cut it up. Put you a little bit of.
See, I be being lazy. I don't be cooking, man.
Oh well, then it is. See what I'm
I
saying?
don't be cooking, man.
Oh man, you got to cook, man.
Yeah.
You got to cook. That's the only way.
It's like when you on that fitness journey, dog, you gotta eat all the time. You gotta constantly cooking something. You in the kitchen all the time.
No,
all
for
the
sure.
time. Like,
Yeah.
That's
Hey.
crazy. He had something that's your page, and I seen the quote on there. That what we talking about now. It say, I got it right here. It say, hunger is the first element of self-discipline. If you can control what you can eat and drink, you can control anything.
That's facts.
So, you know what I'm saying? That's
Facts.
But this the
Unless-
thing, man.
that was brought up and that was in my note.
I respect that unless you on that devil's lettuce. Then it's kind of hard.
What's that?
That Mary Jane. It
So-
bring a
so-
different type of hunger pain.
So here we go, right? You got to go back to the 80-20
Okay.
all the time. I ain't say, smoking weed is cool. I admit, well, I don't know if I can say that.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
I don't know about your profession.
Bro, man.
You can do it here, but your profession might not
He ain't
allow
got on
it.
no Atlanta
Okay.
Tech paraphernalia. He's not
Right,
representing.
right.
Yeah, we kicking it.
So I hit me a gummy every now and again, but not all the time. You know what I'm saying? I was watching the game last night, had some hen.
Okay.
Woke up late this morning, go
That's
to
why
the
he
gym.
postponed on it. Okay, that's what's going on.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, is gonna be 80%, healthy.
For sure.
You see what I'm saying? And then the other 20%, I'm gonna have me a good time, man.
Yeah,
Whatever that
yeah.
looks like for me. You know what I mean?
respect that.
And
If y'all would like to see more shows, more episodes per week, let us know. If y'all want to hear more audio, let us know. Like, comment, subscribe on our platforms, man.
I think that's the way that guys keep that groundedness that we gotta have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, don't too much bother you.
Sure.
You know, because if you're an entrepreneur, you know, you working all the time, work all the time.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to stay straightforward
24/7.
all the time.
All the time,
Man,
you know.
come on.
Some days I just be like, man, I ain't turned on the computer. I ain't coming to ATC. I'm taking the day off. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk to nobody about no house.
I feel you, man.
I don't want to do none of that.
Sometimes you gotta shut
take a
down.
break.
Yeah, you gotta take a break.
Every now and
You
then.
got to.
Because if you don't, what you gonna do? You gonna act out.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna act out. Some kind of way, you gonna act out.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what's gonna happen, you know? And so if you keep that 80-20, 80-20, 90-10, 95-5.
Nothing lower than.
Nothing lower than 80-20.
Okay, then.
PuttinYaDown.
Straight up.
What got you on the fitness journey?
Man, you know, my environment, right? My dad's a healthy guy, you know, fit guy, big into it. He didn't go to the gym, but he just stayed active. And, you know, he was a huge influence in my life, you know, love your dad. But, and so I had a good cousin that played sports. You know, I tried to play a little sports when I was young, but it didn't work out. And so, you know, as I got older, man, when I first started cutting hair, we sat around a lot. And I realized that, you know, I had to do something because I used to smoke Newports.
What?
Yeah, man. I had to do something. I was like, bro,
This ain't it.
this ain't it. You know what I mean? And I realized, boy, you can't smoke Newports and run.
Hell no. Can't
So-
smoke Newports and live. Shit.
Right. And so I started running. I started running, man, and I had to make a choice and a decision. Well, I had to make a decision, and I chose the healthy lifestyle, and I just stayed with it, man. You know? And my daughter's mom, she from Cali, you know. Shout out to Aisha too. She was big into healthy eating and things like that too. And so I was in the environment. Go back to that was kind of that was what it was, you know. And I just adopted to it, and I stuck with it. And it keep me disciplined, keep me from going. It keep me in the 80-20.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Cause boy, you ain't about to be drunk and work out.
Oh no. Oh no, sir.
You ain't about to be super high and work out. You ain't about to do none of that.
Nah, definitely not.
None of that. So keep me in the 80-20. And then, you know, being in the barbering profession, one thing, you know, young men, I stress about, that's why I wanted to do the podcast on personal development, man. If you got a lot of free time, boy, I don't care if you're from the hood or you're a very wealthy athlete or beyond. If you got too much free time and you ain't doing nothing constructive with it and you're not disciplined, you're going to get in trouble.
Yeah, man.
Sure.
Every time. So, you know, I had a lot of free time, so I just said, man, I got to set me a schedule, and I got to stick to it. And one thing I learned, too, you know, this is me all disciplining myself because I don't like people telling me what to do. That's what led me on the entrepreneur journey
Sure.
and putting a whole lot of restrictions and rules on me. So I was like, you know, there's no way, that's how my mind works, there's no way, boy, you can be in the gym at 6 and proctor no and hang out late.
Oh no.
You see what I'm saying? I'm constantly making myself make decisions.
I know I want to be in the gym at 6, so I know I can't be out late.
I cannot be out late.
Impossible. For
But
sure.
I don't want nobody telling me, boy, you can't go out late.
No, for sure.
You see what I'm saying? I don't want nobody telling me that. I just want to make the decision and say, yeah, it made more sense to me. So that discipline and you know, is how I really just stay on the journey, man. Just stay on the journey, you know?
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Speaking. Oh, go ahead, bro.
I was just finna go off to what's going on in today's society because we were speaking on discipline and no matter where you from. How do you feel about this Ja Morant situation?
You know, I don't really know much about it. I know he got in a little trouble with a gun or something, though, right? You know, I'm going to just say this because I don't know the details of it, but I know that it can be, how I want to say. You know, I don't know his background. I don't know his environment, right? But if I had $30-40 million, it'd be tough for me too. I'm gonna just say that. So I'm gonna have to, I just want the young man to get some good again. Yeah, I go again with it. It's come back around. Good mentor and coaches around him.
Yeah.
and move away from whoever he around because it's leading him down. It could possibly lead him down a path that he ain't trying to go down because he got the opportunity of a lifetime. You know, and you work hard to get there.
For sure.
You know what I mean? That took discipline. Boy, you had to be. I mean, he it's a lot of things he wasn't able to do.
Yeah. And I think, like you just said about the idle time, I think he got a lot of idle time on his hand right now. The season over with. He ain't really got nothing to do, so he partying around the wrong people, doing all this and that, probably listening to the wrong music. Now you see what that, you know,
that situation do.
That resorted to, yeah.
Hey, if you just look at the backstory of most people that's getting in some type of young people that and older people that's getting in some type of issues or putting themselves in issues, look at the backstory. You know what I'm saying? The first is a whole lot of time. Again, you know, I spoke on being constructive with your time. If I'm in the NBA, I got coaches, conditioning, I'm practicing. I want to get a ring. So I ain't got time to be doing that fooling. Well, don't come around me with no gun or whatever it was. I believe it was a gun. Right?
Yeah, and I also think Ja Morant has a problem with trying to fit in or trying to prove a point. He probably went through a lot of, with him being a good basketball player and all this and that, he probably went to a public school, wasn't in the best neighborhood.
He went to private school.
Oh, he did? Well, he probably had people around like, okay, you fit the description of a statistic or somebody from the hood. So he wasn't really all the way that. So I feel like he's trying to prove to people that he's that now. Like it's in him now because he got the money and
identity crisis.
You feel me? He probably going through a little bit of imposter syndrome and things of this nature. Like that's the only thing I can think of. You got this much money and you say you come back with a bigger gun because they said your first gun was smaller and you showing guns on the internet. Like that's crazy.
That's what he said. That's crazy.
So here we go.
Cause I think on the new video he's like, I got a Glock now. I had a little 22, now I got a Glock.
That's
like,
crazy,
come on, bro.
He immature too, man.
For sure.
Yeah, he's 20. Yeah, he's super young. That's true.
Yeah, he young. You know, ain't no telling who around him. His dad around him. Pop
Yeah.
around him?
Yeah. They live on the same hood. He built a house, and it's a daddy house right next door.
Well, then there's some kind of influence. If you look at it, in the background somewhere, some influence that's causing that. Because ain't nowhere in the world, at least in my mind, but I ain't 21 with 30
sure.
But still, I just still.
How do a person with that much money, with that much access, go about getting mentorship, though? Like, where would they look for? Like, how did you gain mentorship? Like,
man, you know, again, I'm going to go back to, you know, what the whole show is about, right? Healthy relationships, bro. You know, you got to reach out to people who you know, you believe that can help guide you and correct whatever you need to correct in your behavior. You know, so it's part of. I'm big on self-responsibility. So it's his and accountability. You know, I mean, he got access. So you talk to the owner, you talk to, you know, other players in the league. You know, you talk to your agent that you paying money.
For sure.
You know what I mean? You talk to you can't talk to your dad, but. You know, man, just tap somebody on the shoulder. I'm pretty sure you can get in touch with LeBron.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, tap somebody, but you gotta want that too.
Yeah, that's true. That is fact.
You gotta want that too. So you know, again, that's that like vision. Like I want my life to look like this.
Yeah, man.
So let me connect with some people who can help me get to that point. But obviously he ain't got that.
Right. Because you're a hater, man.
For sure.
You build up a platform and you make it to the lead. Like Ja Morant, that's crazy, man. Like you do all this, you follow your passion, your dreams, everything your whole life. You actually make it, then you jeopardize it doing some stupid stuff.
Going to the way.
You know what I mean?
So this was the other part of this was another concept. And it's your reputation, bro. You gotta be real you know, focused in on your reputation. You know? Now you got a reputation like he this, that. So you can have everything. Everything is working well for you. You do one crazy thing.
And it's all over.
It turns your whole legs.
Yep.
Good Lord. Yep. Whole legs.
Sure.
Yeah, and we seen it happen. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, look at Kobe. Look at Mike Vick.
Every time.
You know, and a lot of it, when you look at the background, Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? When you look at the background of them 3 guys I just named, and you guys name somebody else. You know?
Allen Iverson.
Allen Iverson.
Gilbert Arenas.
But when you look in the background, they didn't have the coaching, mentorship. They didn't have the healthy relationships, and it caused them to spin out of control.
Yeah.
So you think do that come from? Because
Tiger Woods.
You don't know. You don't, like you say, we don't know their background or their environment. So do you think a single parent household versus a 2-parent household changes the way your mental is processed?
Yeah. I believe it does change because it's you know, I think when you see your parents together, that's just, you know, you naturally innately feel safer. You know, so you have to work that much harder when the parents are not together to give that child that same emotional security, right? So yeah, but the household can still be with 2 parents as toxic as a 1 parent. You see what I'm saying? So it just all depends again on how mature the parents are and, you know, what they want for the child.
So do you think that, not necessarily you, but do you think that in everybody's situation their passion is their calling? That's a good question. Okay, how can you decipher like if your passion is not your calling? No, it's like a 2-headed question, but
Yeah, I'm thinking through that. What I believe is that, you know, your gift is your calling. Because your gift is something that you're naturally passionate about, and then you just got to figure out how to purposely move in that direction.
Word, I feel you. But sometimes you have people that are gifted and they're passionate about their gifts, but it just don't work out sometimes.
Oh yeah, well that's just life. I think some of that shit is just luck, man.
But they might turn around and do something else and it just work out.
Well, yeah, but they might not be passionate about it, but they just do something else.
Okay.
You know, but it's very, you know, usually your passion is gonna work. You know what I mean? I think that people that do things that they're not passionate about, it may work, you know, based on what we perceive as success, right?
Okay.
But I think if they were doing something they really passionate about, that's when you have enormous success. You see what I'm saying? I think you just be a better individual.
Right. Because you're doing what you love and it's working.
And it's working. Yeah, and you having fun. I think you weren't in class, Proctor, but when I went to Indiana with my daughter, it was a motivational speaker, and he shared this with us.
Okay.
Whether the parents, the teachers, and all the students, it was like 3,000 students.
Dang.
Right, and he said this. It was real simple. That's why I say sometimes I have to, you know, I have to think about this myself. He said that, you know, you have, you know, 3 words. It's a circle, and you know, this is how you gauge your passion for what you're doing and your innate gift. He said you got work that you got to do.
Okay.
You got to do the work. He said, then you got to have fun doing it. So that means you got to like it.
Right. That's the passion.
That's the passion. Right. And so, and then you had success. So, you know, he was referring it to instruments. You got to play it. You got to practice it. You ain't playing no instrument if you ain't.
No.
Yeah. It ain't happening.
I know.
But you got to like doing it too.
Yeah.
You got to have fun doing it, and you're going to be successful at it. Now, will it bring you riches? You know, that I don't know.
Right.
That's the part you don't know. So, you know, I don't know if your passion and your purpose will bring you riches. That's just nothing we know. You know, because that's so intangible.
Yeah.
You know, it's because we in the free market. You know, capitalism, free market. You don't know what it's gonna do. You know, Stuart Cathy didn't know Chick-fil-A, them chicken sandwiches was gonna do that.
Man,
he didn't know that, bro. You how in the world you think you don't know that?
It went up. You just gotta try. You gotta take them risks, man. Yeah, you gotta take risks.
Yeah. You didn't know. Jeff Bezos didn't know that selling books was gonna make him a multi-billionaire.
Yeah. Michael Jordan ain't know he was gonna make it to the league. He didn't even make the high school team or what, junior senior year.
Yeah. So, you know, hey man, I didn't even know I was gonna be right here. You know what I'm saying?
It's real. Made it happen.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it happened. You know, I like to talk.
PuttinYaDown.
Yeah. You know, and so hey man, you know, you just gotta jump out there and do it. Whatever, go for what you know. You know, put the work in, put the groundwork in though. You know, and then move in that direction, bro. And if that's what you really want to do.
Yeah. So, all right, one more last question, man.
Oh, it's cool, man.
You know, I know you gotta get up out of here. We done took
I'm good,
time,
man.
You feel me?
I'm good, man. You know, this right here cool with me. I always wanted to be on the podcast.
Hey, so man, we appreciate you coming on in, man.
Yeah,
appreciate you coming on. You feel me?
Yeah, absolutely.
So my last question to you is, how do you know which moves that you want to make, or how do you go about making your moves? Like, say you get invited to somewhere that you really don't want to go. Mm-hmm. So what will make you attend that event, or what will make you make a move? Like, what intuition would you feel me, go about the?
You know, it would depend on, you know, my view of the event. You know, is this a possibility based on what I do? You know, that I can connect and meet some people. Okay. That, you know, can become a resource for my business.
Okay, so it got to make sense.
It got to make sense.
I got you.
Yeah, it got to make sense. If it don't make no sense, it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
See on that.
You know, and so yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, that's what's gonna motivate me.
Yeah, that.
You know, and that's what. Yeah, that's what. How I move. That's how I make decisions. As you just said, that I didn't realize. I just you know, look at them as it's constructive. Yeah, in my mind, that'd be like, that's constructive.
What about like having fun? Like, say you get invited to a party or something. How do you go about those plans?
Say that one. So ask me the question.
Like if you got invited to a pool party or something like that, and you might not want to go.
Right.
So what will make you make that move? Like, what will make you be like, man, let me just go ahead and go to the party?
You know, it depends on when the last time I done had a young lady in my life. You know what I mean? Like so, yeah.
I got you.
It's going to be something that's going to drive it. You know what I'm saying? So, what would drive it is that. Yeah. You know, I might meet me a young lady.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, I got to go to a pool party this Sunday.
Okay.
So. Yeah.
PuttinYaDown.
Yeah, I'm going to a pool party. So that, man, you know. Yeah, I think when you look at the things that you do, man, and the things you want to do, you know, and I learned this over years, man, and that's why, you know, I wanted to come talk about it, the personal development, man. You got to look at how is what I'm doing going to be a resource for me long term, or could possibly be a resource for me, a positive, constructive resource for me long term.
I got you.
That's the only way I'm gonna move.
I respect that.
If it ain't that, I ain't going.
Yeah,
I just had a situation like that too. Y'all mind if I tell you about it?
Go ahead. Put it down.
So I had a situation like that. You know, I got invited to a get together, you know, a party, and that party wasn't gonna make you know, I wasn't gonna be able to connect with some people. No, I wasn't gonna say I wouldn't be able to. It was going to be, I didn't see it in my mind as something that would be as constructive with my time as the alternative opportunity I had. And so let me explain that. So the first opportunity was out of town, and it was a lady that I was dating. It was her cousin's event. You know, and out of town 2 hours away. Give you guys some details, people who watching, right? But I had another event the day before. I had two The one, no, I had two. One the night before and one the day of. And what ended up happening was these were previous clients. No, one was a good friend. I was his best man in his wedding. And the other guy was a previous client. I sold his condo in Buckhead. So the guy I sold his condo in Buckhead, his event was the same day that I was supposed to leave out of town and go to the event that the lady I was dating. And then I was gonna come back that next day. So that means I would have been 3 events in 2 days. Right? And I was like, and one the birthday party, my guy that I was his best man in his wedding, it was his wife's 50th birthday party. So now I've been knowing these people. One I done made some money with, you know what I'm saying? And the other one, this long-term relationship. Now, this is my girl, and we going to a party that's out of town that I didn't see as much value in. Mm-hmm. So in my mind, I made a decision to attend where I saw the value. You see what I'm saying? Okay. and in my mind, the value was there because I'm the best man in this man's wedding. I done cut hair with this man. That's a big honor to be the best man in the dude's wedding.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Right.
You understand? So, and then I was going to meet some people, right? Other guy, he called me. He said, he told me at his, matter of fact, it was his wedding reception. He said he chose me to list his condo over his cousin. Mm. So I had to go to that.
For sure. Yeah.
For sure.
Gotta show with love.
So I had to make a decision. You see what I'm saying? But the decision went with the healthy relationships and the relationships that has yielded something strong where I got invited, first of all, to them. And, I want to keep getting invited. Mm-hmm. Now, the other situation could have led to something, I didn't know. It wasn't solid. But what it would have did was just satisfy my girl at the time. So I had to tell her, no, I ain't going.
Yeah, that. I know she didn't take that lightly.
No, she didn't. She didn't take that lightly at all. She was pissed off.
Yeah, that.
But I got a book that I'm gonna share, which is called "The Way to a Superior Man." It's on my page. Okay. If you saw it, and
The Way to a Superior Man.
Yeah,
okay.
I said that's the orange one.
Yeah.
I think I seen that.
So and in the book he says, "Hey man, you gotta lead with your purpose. Yeah. Purpose come before everything.
Gotta have a purpose.
Come before everything. Women, everything.
Sure.
Everything, man.
But do you think we all live with purpose though?
Hell no.
Yeah. So how do we find out? Because I feel like that's something like calling and your passion almost. You feel me? Your purpose is almost those two as well. So it's like, how do you figure out what's your purpose? Like, what do you feel like your purpose is on life, on Earth?
Man, I'm a educator, man. That's what I do. That's what I do.
Plain and simple. I like that.
And that means, and when I say that, I was just having a conversation about guy I went to barber school with 23, 24 years ago. We still cool, That's what I mean by long-term relationships. You gotta have them.
Sure.
We still talking. I said, I just realized, consciously what my purpose is. And I was like, he the same way. I was like, man, we educators, and we have a gift for style. That's it come natural to us. And we had a long conversation about that. And he was like, man, that's right. So how do you go about finding that or realizing that's what it is? What I think you have to do, man, is look at, what do you do daily that, increases or adds to somebody's life. But it doesn't have to be, it could be tangible things too. Steve Jobs wasn't the best individual, but this added to our life.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So his purpose was to add to the world. So how are you adding to the world? I think that's how you figure it out.
Yeah, so
you see what I'm saying? And then once you do that, I believe you start to put yourselves in situations where your passion starts to develop for it. And then you dig into the knowledge and the concept so you can be solid in whatever it is that you're doing or that you want to bring to the world. And then you move in that. That's what's driving you. The purpose of bringing that out of you into the world is what drives you.
I hit that. Clap it up one time, though.
Yeah. And it takes time.
It do.
It takes
A
time.
lot of self-reflection.
A lot of self-reflection
All that.
and a lot of time by yourself. Well, I'm not, real big on, religion. I don't want to offend nobody, but if you notice that, a lot of the spiritual gurus, they spend time for themselves, man. They spend time by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And if you talk to most successful men, we call successful, that do well financially, from what I've read, and you guys let me know because I could be completely misspeaking, but, in the music game, whatever it is, they have to take time for themselves.
Yeah.
They call it think time. They call it creative time. They call it reflective time.
Yeah, I think that's important, especially as a creator. You got to take time, man. Just take time to yourself.
Sure. You got to take time to yourself. Yeah. But now, this the thing. 20%. You take too much time to yourself, you'll be weird.
I'm telling you.
You can't relate with no damn body. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
for real. That's for real.
That's big fat.
That's for real.
So I think you have to carve out your time. I think, Kanye West had that home in Kansas where he used to go make the music.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Barack Obama, I know he spent a lot of time when he was young by himself. Let me see who else.
Kanye slept in the dome for a couple of weeks, ain't it?
Yeah. I think and I'm pretty sure there's plenty more that I can call off right now, but you got to have that. And I think over time, take your pen and pad, and over time, man, it'll come to you. It'll come to you. And hell, it just came to me. Yeah. I was like, damn, that's what I do. You know what I mean? I like to inspire and impact people. So it's educated, so I just bring that to whatever I do.
Right, too.
Because I'm a people person. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it'll be hard for me to be an educator and not a people person.
For sure.
Trying to, bring, being impactful to people. That don't happen.
Yeah, that. Well, hey, Mr. King, man, we appreciate you coming on the show.
Absolutely.
You got anything you want to put out there? How can they reach you? What's your social media? Whatever.
Oh, okay.
Tell me about your real estate, everything.
Hey, so let me put this out there first. Number one, real estate, ATL, list on invest, call the best. Leo King.
PuttinYaDown.
You can get in touch with me at 404-384-9048. My IG, I was about to say Instagram. I'm going to say it like the young people. My IG is List with Leo King. My Facebook, if y'all go on Facebook, I know that's for the old people, but Facebook, I'm on there too. It's Leonard King. And if I'm on LinkedIn too, Leonard King. So, yeah, that's how you get in touch with me. I love real estate. I would love to help you, list your home, purchase a home, investment property, an island if you want to. It don't matter. You just let me know. I do planets too. We can take it down. Jeff Bezos ain't got nothing on me. You know what I mean? So that's what I do. Again, Leo King, 404-384-9048. And I want to say, guys, I really appreciate you having me on the show as well. I look forward to it. It was great. You guys are great.
Appreciate it.
And I like what you got going on. So I definitely, at any time, would love to come back, chop it up, ask me many questions as you like, and let me just give you some game. 80-20, 90-10, 95-5, guys.
None less than.
PuttinYaDown.
Spend some time to yourself.
Yeah.
Pick up the book. I still can't remember the name of the book, but I'm going to text Proctor. He's going to say it on the but
the description.
Yeah. But definitely spend some time with yourself. Jump on 4 Agreements. you know, how to win friends and influence people. And, you know, start from right there, man, and you know, really get serious about your health, you know, your relationships with people, man, your health, you know, your kids if you got some, and your family, man. That's what we got, you know, and friendship. So that's how I got here. So thank you again, guys. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Mr. King.
I'll give it up one more time,
up.
Mr. King, man.
The Leo King, we out, man. Hey, man, you know who it is. You know who it is, the one and only. Like, comment, subscribe, cut on that bell notification. You feel me? This the one and only. Only one GOAT.
It was Leland, man. We out.
Well, I kept wanting to eat this food. I tell you that. I was like,
Putting you down. When I fall off, it be a while I'm putting you down. When I fall off, it be a while I'm putting you down. Putting you down. Putting you down. Putting you down.